liked a little bit more time, Des?
Not really. It was probably, if you're going to talk about win or lose, it was probably for us lost in the first half. Look, there's a few areas on our game that we need to work on. We really need to work on, and that's obviously our time and our possession in field position. So I thought we were a little bit careless in that regard, and that's what they did well. They built pressure, and it lasted, and they were able to, build points off that. We have to stay down that other end longer, and execute better, and execute better with the ball in that field position. Yeah. You can't always, we can't always be relying on the adage in the second half. We got 18 points and it was brave, and look, there are plenty of good signs there. But those good signs we've got to turn into points. We've got to start winning.
It wasn't the result, probably the performance you wanted, but personally, how did that feel for you, mate, walking back into Brookvale as a Manly coach for the first time since 2011?
I don't get caught into that too much. It's a big game. It's 2 points at stake. You're playing against a very classy outfit in the Roosters, and if we had have handled ourselves a little bit better, as I just stated, it could have been a different result. But as a side, that's what we've got to get. That's what we've got to get organised.
Last time you hear you won 10 in a row, I think. I mean, is that something you're trying to install back into the boys, the Brookvale Fortress, and winning at home?
Oh, we know that if we can address those areas of possession and building pressure and aspects of our kicking game, we're a competitive outfit, and it'll happen. Look, it'll happen. I'd like to happen a little bit quicker, but we'll keep working at it.
Des, when you get the Roosters team list an hour before kick-off with so many changes, how difficult is it to prepare?
Oh, not really. You would have thought, today the weather was probably a bit of a leveller. Both sides have got to play. Both sides have got to handle those conditions, and they probably did a bit better than us. And consequently, each time they ventured down there, they came up with points.
All good. Just Curtis Sheridan came off, didn't come back. How's he?
Yeah, we'll have to check his head knock, so he'll go through the usual scans.
Des, I know you don't want to wrap the opposition too much, but Luke Keary in particular, that first half, how good was he going?
Yeah, no, he certainly stepped up to the course. He's a great player, and he produced some moments and some touches, and he kicked well. So it was he was one that made us pay a couple of times. Yeah.
Will you get Tommy back? We asked you last week, Tommy. Will you get him back next week?
He's a strong chance of playing next week. But we'll assess it and see it. And as I said last week, it's at this stage of the season, it's one of those injuries that you don't want to take a risk with, understandably. Yeah. Getting back in time for the Origin.